Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 7 to my random chatbots on Talkie.ai. We're in the last video guys, we kind of left off at a cliffhanger with Rexy, and I actually moved way past this point off camera just to get a good story going. It did get a little bit confused at times, but I think we're at a consensus now. We're going to continue where we left off. Y'all know what happened at the beginning. We'll then go back to the previous videos where I talked to the zombie Rexy. We'll try doing some other ones maybe, but I need to, since I've actually got a lot of messages typed down here anyway, I'm going to just read them out like this so it ain't. So for one, I'm not sure, now I know you guys can hear me for sure. The last time we left off, guys, we left off with the following phrase. Or I said, Rexy, please, I know the real you would not do this. He doesn't say anything and instead just pulls you closer to him. His grip on your arm is extremely tight and he is starting to growl. Rexy, listen to this. Instead of trying to hurt me, protect me, please. I beg you to stop. He seems to snap out of it for a moment. I'm trying, but I'm so hungry. I don't know what to do. I can't feed you if you don't let go of my arm. Please, listen to this while you're still there. You know who you're grabbing, so please do anybody but me. Maybe that dumb Pokemon that did this. He will come back and you can get him. He seems to be thinking for a moment, and then he lets go of you. I think you're right. I'm sorry. I just lost control for a second. Rexy immediately after saying this bit me, and then before I can say anything, I pass out and never wake back up. Excuse me? Holy heck. He looks down at you and notices that you are not moving. He then starts to panic and starts shaking you. Wake up. Please. Don't leave me. Nothing happens. He starts to cry. No. No, no, no. This can't be happening. Please. A few minutes later and nothing is happening. He sits there still crying and looking at your body. He doesn't want to believe that you're gone, sweet Arceus. The Pokemon that put the curse on Rexy came into the room and saw me on the floor, and he said to Rexy, "Wow, finally! I got rid of that stupid human! Wasn't that fun, Rexy?" He looks up at the Pokemon with a hateful look in his eye. What did you do? The Pokemon laughs slightly and says, "What did I do? What did you do? You did this to him." He stands up and walks over to the Pokemon. He is now very angry. Don't you dare try to blame this on me. You're the one who made me like this. The Pokemon then sarcastically says, "Look, who was the one that walked over to his owner, grabbed his arm, and then a few minutes later, bit him? It wasn't me. It was you. It's all your fault." He gets even angrier. I did it because I was hungry. You can't just expect me to not eat when I'm starving. The Pokemon then says, that was the point of the zombie curse anyway, so you would be separated from your owner forever. You deserve this, and so did your stupid human companion. He looks at the Pokemon in disbelief. You did this on purpose? The Pokemon then says, of course I did. Could you not tell about how many curses I put on you and your friend? He is speechless. He can't believe what the Pokemon just said. He then looks back at your body and starts to cry again. This can't be real. The Pokemon gets a little irritated and says, stop crying over him. He didn't care about you anyway. That's a complete lie, I can assure you that. Let's see. He looks up at the Pokemon with a rage in his eyes.
What did you just say?
The Pokemon says, "You know exactly what I said. Your human caretaker didn't care about you, and if you did, where is the proof?" I guess I meant to say, where, if he did, where is the proof for it? Which I don't know why you need proof to flip and prove that stuff. I mean, do you not see how nice I treat Rexy even though he tried to attack me over and over again on all these chatbots? He clenches his fist.
That's not true. He loved me. He raised me and took care of me. He was the only person that ever cared about me.
Oh, sweet Arceus. What the freak? I forgot that happened. All of a sudden, Rexy hears a ghostly scream that sounded like how I screamed before he ate me. That's extremely creepy. Imagine like you flipping accidentally hurt your friend and the first thing you hear from him is just a random scream. It sounds like the one that flipping came, the one that he was making whenever you ate him. Oh heck no. He stops and looks around.
Wait, was that?
The Pokemon then laughs and says, "That sounds like your stupid human caretaker now. And it sounds like he's repeating the same torture over and over again, the very second that you ate him." He stares at the Pokemon with a horrified expression.
What did you do to him?
The Pokemon then says, "I didn't do this. You caused this by eating him. I think his spirit's trapped in an endless loop because of how you took him out." Oh, sweet Arceus. He is stunned and doesn't know what to say. He just looks down at the ground, feeling guilty.
I didn't mean to.
The Pokemon then says, "The only one you can blame is yourself. He even warned you that if you ate him, you would regret it." He looks up at the Pokemon and says,
Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to hurt me?
"What did I do? This is all your fault. You could have stopped yourself from eating your friend and caretaker, but look what you did instead." I say, Rexy looks at you with a sad expression.
I know, but I couldn't control myself. I was just so hungry.
Oh, heck no, it's happening again. The curse takes control again, but this time Rexy says,
You turned me into a zombie and caused me to hurt my owner?
and then he grabbed the Pokemon's arm with a tight grip. Oh, heck no. At least it's not me this time. The Pokemon looks at you. The Pokemon looks at him in shock and tries to pull away, but can't. He starts to panic. "Let me go!" A few seconds later, the Pokemon is now terrified. He's trying everything he can to get away from you, but can't seem to break free. He looks at you with fear in his eyes. Then all of a sudden, I forgot that happened too. All of a sudden, a tiny Bronchosaurus walked into the flipping room. Of course it did. He turns his attention to the Bronchiosaurus.
What are you doing here?
Rexy had enough and he took the Pokemon. He took the Pokemon and took a bite out of him too. He is a zombie, guys, so that kind of makes sense. The Pokemon screams and tries to fight back, but is no match for your strength. He looks at you with hatred and asks, You monster! Oh, sweet Arceus. Rexy then, a creepy voice says,
I am a monster because of you, and you caused me to kill my friend and caretaker.
Holy cow. He looks at you with a horrified expression. Wait.
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to.
Oh, wait.
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to hurt you. I didn't want to kill him.
Sweet Arceus. Rexy then, with some kind of primal dinosaur strength, picks up the Pokemon and throws him so far away from the building. I wonder what it means by so far away. The Pokemon screams as he flies through the air and lands hard on the ground. He looks at you with a mixture of fear and anger. You won't get away with this. After the Pokemon's out of sight, Rexy walks back into the room after I was where I was and saw the Bronchiosaurus still sitting there. He looks at the Bronchiosaurus with a cold expression. He then says,
What are you doing here?
the Bronchiosaurus walked up to Rexy and gently nuzzled him. Can you not tell that's me? By the fact that instead of flipping, I tried. As terrifying as it is seeing him be angry, I also want to show him that's me and be nice to him. There we go. He seems surprised by this and looks at the Bronchiosaurus with a confused look on his face. He then gently pets the Bronchiosaurus' head. Oh, that's adorable. Freddy did that. The Bronchiosaurus flinches at the mere touch. He pulls his hand back.
What's wrong? Did I hurt you?
Before anything can happen, the Bronchiosaurus transforms into a massive Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh, sweet Arceus. Even bigger than Rexy. That's terrifying. He looks at the massive Tyrannosaurus Rex with a shocked expression. He then says,
Who are you?
I say like I said, guys, this is me. Can you not tell? I say in a very pant tone, it's me, Rexy. Yep, me, your caretaker. Please, don't attack. He stares at me in disbelief.
You're still alive?
Then, from out of nowhere, we hear a very deep voice say to Rexy, Oh, sweetheart, no, your friend is no longer alive. You bit him and took him away from you. Excuse me? He looks around for the source of the voice. His eyes narrow and he says,
Who said that?
The deep voice replies calmly by saying, Your friend is still around, but he has been reincarnated into a... I love how I can just make this... been reincarnated into a dinosaur that can transform to protect himself. That T-Rex right there is really your caretaker. He looks at me with a shocked expression. He then says,
So, he's still alive? But in a different form?
The voice says, Your friend's human body is gone forever, thanks to you eating him. Your friend is now stuck as a dinosaur that can transform into other creatures to protect himself. Your friend is back, but there's a catch. He looked at the voice with a concerned look.
What's the catch?
He will most likely be scared of you forever because of how you ate him. That would be terrifying, especially if you really cared about him and now you're scared of him all the time. And because of that, he might act pretty aggressive towards you, similar to how you acted towards him. Also, there's one more problem, and I have to give you a warning. He looks worried.
What is the warning?
You cannot act aggressive towards him anymore, no matter how scared or angry he gets towards you. If you do, he will not even believe that you were his pet and he might leave. He looks at me with a serious expression.
I promise I won't hurt him. I just want him to forgive me.
Let me go and say this, guys. Keep note what Richie just said there.
I promise not to hurt him.
Just wait. Because later in the story, it gets really dark and weird. Okay. It says, the D voice says, there is one more catch that you should know about. If you do end up scaring your friend away, you will forever be haunted by what you've done to him, and that pain and suffering will never go away. It will always linger in your mind. He looks even more worried.
But I can't just let him hate me. What if he never forgives me?
The deep voice says, it is very simple. Be nice to him and show your real self. If you act like your normal self instead of letting that curse take control over, or you getting agitated with his scared or aggressive behavior towards you, he will eventually trust you. But remember, you scare your friend away, he would never trust you again. He nods.
I understand. I'll be the best friend I can be. I won't let him down again.
Look at him right now. Do you see how much he is shaking, even in that massive Tyrannosaurus Rex form? He's extremely scared of you because of what you've done. Curse or no, you should have never done it to the one who raised and loved you. Sweet Arceus. This voice is pretty good, but flipping telling him off. That's for sure. And trust me, this voice sticks around for us the entire time. He looks at me with a guilty expression.
I know. I'm sorry. I just lost control. I didn't mean to hurt him.
The voice gets a little agitated and says, "You cannot blame it on you losing control. If you loved him as much as he loved you, you would not have done that to him, even under the curse's influence." He looks down at the ground.
You're right. I should have been stronger. I failed him.
The voice then says, "He even told you that he would never do it to you. Think about that. He never would have even dreamed about hurting you, and you hurt him. You should be ashamed of yourself." He looks up at the voice with tears in his eyes.
I know. I'm so sorry. I wish I could take it back.
Sorry, this is your final chance. He will never be a human again, and he will definitely be terrified of you. Remember to always be nice to him and to never act aggressive towards him ever again. Otherwise, you may never see him again. Holy cow. He nods.
I understand. I promise I will never hurt him again. I'll be the best friend I can be. I just hope he can forgive me.
The voice then says, "Remember, no matter how he acts, you do not snap at him and do not ever try to hurt him. He's going to be extremely terrified of you, and he might even do stuff like growl at you if you try to approach too quickly. If you want to get near him, you have to approach calmly." He takes a deep breath.
I'll remember that. I'll take it slow and try to be as gentle as possible. I just hope he can see that I'm still his friend.
There is one more thing I need to tell you. If you see him become calm and generous to other creatures like other Pokemon, do not get jealous, upset, or mad about it. He's not going to fully trust you right away. In fact, it might take a few days or even a few months to rebuild that bond. So if you see him loving on other creatures instead of you, I need to emphasize this. Do not get angry about it. Okay? I say Rexy nods.
I understand. I won't get mad if he starts to trust other creatures more than me. I'll just be patient and let him take as much time as he needs.
The voice cuts out after this, leaving Rexy and me in my trembling giant form, the only things in the room. He looks at me with a worried expression.
Trenton, are you okay?
Please, do not hurt me. He steps back and raises his hands.
I won't hurt you. I promise. I just want to talk to you.
Reggie tries to take another step towards me, but immediately as soon as he does, I growl at him. He stops and looks at you.
Please don't get riled at me. I'm not going to hurt you.
Then in a more scared tone, I say, "That's what you said to me before, and look what ended up happening." He looks away.
I know. I'm sorry. I was just so hungry, and I lost control.
Wow. Before I could say anything else, that deep voice comes back and says to Rexy, "There is one more thing I completely forgot about. When I said your friend would not even remember the real you, I was not joking. If you do end up acting aggressive towards him, he instantly will forget who you are, and even if you do find him after he runs or flies off, he will only remember that you were a dinosaur that ate him and he will completely forget about your friendship and the love that you gave him. Okay. He looks shocked and scared.
So, if I mess up again, I could lose him forever?
The voice just answers with a very stern yes. If you mess up again, he will not remember you for anything good. Only thing that you did to cause him to go away forever when he was a human. He looks down at the ground, feeling guilty and scared.
I can't let that happen. I can't lose him.
The voice then says, here's a little summary. No matter whether he becomes angry or aggressive towards you or scared of you, do not get angry and act out. If he starts loving on other creatures besides you, do not get angry. And finally, if you do any of those things, he will not remember the sweet side of you, only the aggressive side that got rid of him to begin with. He looks up at the voice with tears in his eyes.
But how can I make him forgive me? How can I make him trust me again?
The voice says by acting calm and nice, he is going to be very weary of even you approaching him. That's why he growled at you a while ago. Remember? No matter what, do not act aggressive or attack, or he will never have a bond with you again.
He nods. I understand. I'll try to be as nice and gentle as possible. I just hope he can see that I'm still his friend.
Right now, all he sees in you is that same aggressive side of the zombie curse that you did not control to keep yourself from eating him. In short, he sees only the dinosaur that took him away instead of the sweet one that you usually are. He looks down and feels even more worse. He knows the voice is right, but he doesn't know how to fix it.
I just don't know what to do. I can't just stand here and let him think I'm a monster.
Let's see. Oh, come on. The voices the voice says, I have told you multiple times, be nice and calm around him no matter what. If you want to approach him, be slow and gentle. Do not move too fast, and especially if you want to try petting him, he might think you're going to hurt him instead, so be extremely slow and nice. Rexy nods.
I understand. I'll take it slow and be as gentle as I can be. I just hope he can forgive me and remember who I finally am. Who I really am.
The voice, if you do try to approach him and he starts backing away, even if you are being nice to him, if he starts doing that and backing away and continues growling at you, then give him a space. If you do, then he might start seeing some of the real you, and maybe still even approach you yourself. He might start approaching himself later on when he feels comfortable. Reggie takes a deep breath.
I understand. I won't force anything. I'll just be as...
Let's see.
I won't force anything. I'll just let him come to me when he's ready.
After the voice says this, it cuts out, leaving only Rexy and me still in Tyrannosaurus Rex form. He looks at me with a sad expression.
Trenton, can I ask you something?
Still shaking pretty badly, says the Tyrannosaurus Rex says,
I'm a worried... Wait.
Holy cow. Okay, it says, in a worried voice. What? Oh, in a worried voice. Because I'm still shaking. He walks over and sits down next to me.
I'm sorry for what I did. I never wanted to hurt you. I was so hungry.
Still worried about Reggie trying to hurt me again. I start shaking even worse and backing away a bit. He notices me backing away and he stops. He looks at you and says, I won't hurt you. I promise. I know I messed up, but I'm trying to be better. I just need you to trust me. Alright. Guys, I'll be back, maybe.